Vancouver. Welcome to our November edition of the Future Me podcast. I am Lindsay Garcia, the District Avid Lead, and I work with a group of adults that think about how we can best prepare you for big decisions about your future. Our goal for this podcast is to provide you with informative and inspirational segments each month that prepare you for the decisions you have to make about what you want to do after you graduate. For many of you, there are some big choices coming up. And we are living through a global pandemic, so those choices are a little bit more complicated. Our theme this month is college admissions, and today we have the opportunity to chat with Keziah. She is a Fort Vancouver alum and current Central Washington University student majoring in mechanical engineering technology and minoring in math. We are also joined by Esme, who is an admissions counselor at WSUV, and Adrian, who is an admissions counselor at Clark College. They will come on the screen in just a little bit. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to begin with a couple of questions for Keziah. Keziah, welcome. And can you first just tell us a little bit about the COVID college experience?
Yes, thank you so much for having me. So the COVID college experience has definitely been full of surprises. Each quarter, nothing is set in stone. So it's all about adapting and being flexible, making your schedule more flexible. Everything is new. It's learning new skills. It's also very independent. What you put in is definitely what you get out of it. So it's all about you and how you can adapt to the new online school life.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for reminding us about being adaptable and flexible. And our kiddos will have some good skills in their back pocket because they're already practicing some of that in their virtual learning environment now. So moving forward, this is tough. Like, this is not an easy experience for any of us. Why is it so important to you to stick it out?
It's definitely important to stick it out for anybody if they want to remain on track to school, if they want to remain on track for their future. In this world, everything's so advanced, especially technology. So just learning how to find the right resources and work online is what's going to help you. Also, time doesn't stop for anybody. So it's all about staying on a good mindset and being motivated.
Absolutely. Thank you for that reminder. Time does not stop. We have a lot going on and all of those things are super valid, but time is marching forward. So thank you for that reminder. And also thank you for the reminder that there are some positive things that we can try to glean from this experience. We're learning new skills that might really set us up for life readiness after we graduate. So thank you, Keziah. Thank you for your thoughts. We are so happy to have you here. And next up, I think that you have some questions for our admissions counselors.
So I have a few questions for Adrian and Esme. The first one is, what are the big things seniors need to know about applying to college this year?
I would say apply as early as you can. It never hurts to get your applications in early. For Clark in particular, we don't have a formal application deadline, but registration for fall 2021 classes will open in late May or early June. And there are some other steps that you'll need to complete, such as placement and orientation, before you register. So the earlier you apply, the more time you'll give yourself to complete those steps.
I would just add, most schools have waived the SAT and ACT requirements, making them more accessible to students. So please apply to as many schools as you can and want to. Like Adrian said, the sooner the better so that you can hear from them now versus later. So if you haven't applied, please start your application and file your FAFSA or WASFA. You want to make sure to list all the colleges and universities you applied to or plan to apply to on your FAFSA or WASFA application. This will allow them to generate an award letter for you and show you a breakdown of your financial aid. In other words, the type of money you are eligible for. So it could be grants, could be scholarships and or loans. So always wait to make a decision of where you will be wanting to attending it until you get an award letter from all the colleges you applied to so you can see who is offering you more money. And then also I would say reach out to your admissions counselors and ask them any question you might have about their school. That's their job and they are there to help you navigate this overwhelming process. So please don't be shy to ask for help.
Awesome. Is there anything new about your application process during this pandemic?
Our application process is pretty much the same as usual. Students apply online and pay a $25 application fee. And we do have fee waivers available for students with financial need. After you submit your application, we then process the application and we send a welcome email with the student's CTC Link ID number, which is their Clark student ID number. And the email also has resource links and information about next steps in the enrollment process. One thing that is new during COVID-19 is our virtual support center. In the virtual support center, students can access Zoom rooms for different student services offices, such as enrollment services, advising services, and financial aid, as well as many others. And they can get assistance in real time over Zoom with things like submitting the application, selecting and registering for classes, and accessing their financial aid.
Yeah, so for WSU Vancouver, our application fee is now $70, but we do have application fee waivers for those who qualify. So if you identify as a college-bound student, if you are currently on free or reduced lunch, or if it's just a financial barrier to you due to COVID or any other circumstance, please reach out to me so that I can provide you with instructions for the fee waiver. And you can now also upload a copy of your unofficial transcript on the application. And like I said earlier, WSU Vancouver is not accepting SAT or ACT scores. They will not be used as a factor in your admissions decision. So no need to worry about your test scores. And if you need help applying, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to help you. We also have admissions application help sessions every Thursday at 3 p.m. and you can find the registration on our website.
Awesome, thank you so much. The last question I have for the two of you, and probably the most important one, is what words of encouragement do you have for seniors who are feeling overwhelmed or struggling with virtual learning this year?
It may sound cliche, but don't be afraid to ask for help. This has been a really challenging year for everyone, and we definitely understand that, and we're trying to be as flexible with students as possible right now. So like Esme said, just remember that we're here for you, and we're happy to help you explore your options and start planning for your life after high school.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a global pandemic, y'all. So that has radically changed our lives. Home life was already a hot mess, and now we need to work or learn from home. So I know it can feel like a lot, but please remember it's not forever. Your feelings are valid, though. It's okay to feel tired, sad, stressed, mad, happy, or whatever your current mood is. So you have every right to feel the vibe you are in. But most importantly, you are saving lives by staying home and continuing remote learning. Having a community of people supporting you is great for dealing with feelings of being overwhelmed. So please make sure you are communicating with your teacher or teachers how you have been feeling lately or are dealing with. This will allow them to better support you. And finally, remember to practice self-care every day, however that may look for you.
Thank you all so much. Your advice is invaluable. I heard the reminder that time is marching on. We need to be aware of that. I heard the reminder that we also need to take care of ourselves and that community is so important. Please reach out to your school counselors, to your teachers, to the career specialists in your building, any adults that you care about, that care about you. We are here for you, and your future college admissions counselors are here for you as well. So seniors, here are some important action items to be aware of. Remember, you need to file your FAFSA or your WASFA now. Do it soon if you have not done it already. You need to be applying to colleges. Remember that advice to apply early. Check each school for their application deadlines. Request your high school transcripts to be sent to each of the schools that you've applied to. Check each school's application requirements and make sure you've completed each step. Make sure you're applying for scholarships. Check your email frequently for any requests for further information or action steps you need to take to ensure that your applications are complete. Okay, that is it for us this month on the Future Me podcast. There are some links in the description of this podcast that you might find helpful. Once again, thanks everyone for joining us, and we really appreciate you listening each month. Happy holidays if we don't see you before then.